Canelo not that big.
Yeah.
You know, he's a smaller fighter that's fighting in a bigger division. So I started just sizing myself up to Canelo.
Right.
In my head. He's 5'7". I'm 5'8". I got a 74-inch reach. He got like a 60-something. You know, he's wider than me, but that's it. So I'm like, it match up. It matches up. Like I can.
Fans thought Canelo's size would scare anyone at 168 pounds. But Terence Crawford changes the story. He's not just calling for a fight, he's ending the myth before the bell even rings. Crawford made it clear that his plan isn't about raw power but about sending a message. When he says, "I don't have to knock him out. I just have to beat him," critics hear fear, but in reality, it's strategy. His focus isn't on chasing highlight reels, it's on winning. In a culture obsessed with knockouts, Crawford plays the long game with patience and precision. He knows Canelo's power is real, but also that strength alone can't win a fight of this magnitude. The script gets flipped, flash means nothing, effectiveness means everything. If Crawford and Canelo meet in the ring, don't expect a reckless slugfest, expect a high-level chess match. Crawford isn't trying to impress by promising knockouts, his message is clear. It's never about how hard you hit, but how sharp you are when the moment matters most.
I think, you know, if you can punch, you can punch.
Okay.
You know, it may not have the same effect that it did on a smaller guy, on a bigger guy, but if you sharp, you sharp.
Right.
Crawford isn't pretending size doesn't matter, he just doesn't care. He trusts his skills more than raw strength. He knows Canelo's punches will carry real weight, but that doesn't change his approach. For him, it's not about being stronger, it's about being better. Crawford believes his speed, accuracy, and ring IQ will make the difference if they meet. He questions why people focus so much on power, breaking it down for everyone to see. Knockouts and highlight reels might look good on paper, but they don't guarantee victory.
Thinking just because a person punch harder than, you know, another fighter, that they automatically gonna win. No, it's a lot of fighters that lost, you know, and they punch way harder than the fighter that they lost.
Crawford believes brute force isn't a guarantee once the bell rings. He's seen bigger punchers lose because they lack timing, patience, or control. That mindset spells trouble for Canelo. Power alone won't stop Crawford from reaching his goal. He's not focused on flash but on the complete fight, which makes him dangerous. Crawford isn't just trying to survive, he's aiming to outfight and outthink his opponent. He's also made it clear he doesn't underestimate Canelo. Instead, he's preparing for Canelo in his full form, seeing beyond just his strength.
Not just a puncher. I don't know why. That's
what people believe, huh?
It's just like this. They don't know boxing. They just looking at him being strong.
The bigger man.
He's a great boxer. You know what I mean?
Right.
People taking away from his boxing skills and just thinking that he's just this puncher when that's not true. So that's why I laugh, because we're not just looking at Canelo as a puncher. We're looking at him as a whole fighter, a complete fighter. You know, he can take a punch, he can deliver a punch, he can counter punch you, he can box you, he can punch on you, you know what I mean? Good body puncher, good, fighter that got good balance. He never getting out of position. So we looking at all.
This confidence isn't blind faith. Crawford studies his opponents closely. He respects Canelo's craft, from sharp footwork to punishing body shots. But when Crawford steps into the ring, he isn't just expecting a fight, he's preparing to teach. That's what makes this matchup so meaningful. Both men can throw punches while thinking 3 moves ahead. If it happens, it won't just test power, it will test pure skill. Crawford's words go beyond the fight itself. They reveal why he constantly seeks out the toughest challenges. His mindset is set in stone, unyielding, no matter who stands across from him.
I'm always willing to challenge myself. Like today with you.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? No, it's just in
That's
me.
the first thing he did. He came in, I tackle you.
It's just in me. It's just the competitive nature in me, you know.
Crawford is drawn to names like Canelo for how they resonate, not for fame or pressure. He isn't chasing easy opportunities, he runs straight toward the biggest ones. Facing Canelo isn't a business move, it's personal. That's what makes this fight real. For Crawford, it's another chance to test and push himself further. If Canelo signs, he won't just be fighting another boxer, he'll be stepping in with a man who loves the fight itself. Crawford's goal isn't simply to climb the ranks or follow the usual path. His words show just how far he's willing to go to prove his worth.
3, just to be honest. I didn't want to fight at 154. I wanted to go.
So you want to go straight from 47 to 68?
Yes, I did. It's documented. I wanted to go from 147 to 168 just because I want to challenge myself.
Well, that's a
Yeah, and that's the joy of it. That's the joy of it. Everybody's like, man, boy, you crazy. Yeah, you got to be crazy to think of things.
This isn't about collecting belts, it's about proving who's the best. Crawford has never cared for the safe route or the usual climb. His leap to 168 makes that clear. He's ready to face the biggest stars at their peak. A fight with Canelo wouldn't just be about Crawford, it would be about the risk he chose to take. He's chasing legacy, not attention. And he made that point without stats or size charts. Instead, he leaned on something deeper, his experience, his mindset, and his perspective.
And I look at it like, I always had this mind frame of the bigger they are, the harder they fall.
okay.
I've been beating up big dudes all my
Because they underestimate your bud.
It's just, even if they didn't, I'm gonna beat you up. You know, I can fight.
Right.
You know, so if you watch, like, all these dudes bigger than me.
Yeah.
You know, like, I don't care, but I'm gonna find a way to win, no matter.
He's seen it all before, big names, big muscles, and big hype, and never let it stop him. Crawford has spent his career proving people wrong. His belief isn't built on talk, it's built on fights he's already won. That confidence isn't ego, it's evidence. If Canelo thinks size alone will decide it, Crawford is ready to prove him wrong. This fight won't be about who's bigger, but about who believes more when the bell rings. In the gym, his coach's words fueled the fire. Training wasn't just about preparation, it was about reminding Crawford of exactly who he is.
Omaha, stand up, north side. Let's go, you are champion. Take it to another level, champ. Huh? Another level. September 13th. We're going to another level. They wanted to stop us, but they couldn't. Huh? You see the sun shining on you? That's it. That's why the light on you. You deserve it.
This isn't about cameras or showmanship, it's about the warrior soul. The coach wasn't hyping Crawford up, he was speaking straight to his heart. He knows what Crawford is chasing isn't just another fight, it's a chance to rise again on the world stage and reach a higher level. And it takes more than one man to get there. Crawford's team understands this, especially knowing Canelo will arrive with a powerhouse squad of his own. It's not just Crawford's mind that's sharpened, he's putting his body through fire. He's willing to suffer now to gain strength later. Returning to form takes more than toughness, it takes discipline. After the ice baths and grueling sessions, Crawford holds firm to his rules. Comfort won't win this war. Every ounce of pain he endures now will matter when the bell rings. He's not chasing shortcuts. Every second in training carries weight, these aren't just drills, they're statements. If Canelo expects the same old Crawford, he might be mistaken. Even rising fighters like Colton see this fight differently. They've spoken plainly, sticking to facts. This won't be business as usual.
I could give you a reason why Canelo could win, but I could also give you a reason why Crawford could win. So it's like, I don't know, it's just whoever's the better man that day.
This fight isn't easy to call, that's what makes it special. Both men have the tools to win, each bringing a different strength to the table. It's not about fan opinions or past achievements, execution will decide everything. Under the lights, when the gloves touch, nothing else matters. One mistake, one burst of power, could rewrite history. Canelo hasn't just stood by either, he's laid out exactly what he plans to do. There won't be a clear winner or loser in words alone. Inside the ring, it will be war from start to finish. And it's no empty talk, two elite fighters are preparing to push themselves to the very edge. They're too proud, too sharp, and too skilled to leave anything on the table. Over 12 rounds, every second carries weight. A single slip could cost the fight. If it goes to the scorecards, it won't be chaos that decides, but key moments. One man might come close but fall short, leaving the world debating who truly emerged victorious. It could become one of those timeless battles where neither fighter breaks, even at the end. Meanwhile, not everyone is cautious. Andrew Tabiti has made his stance clear, throwing his full support behind his pick.
Well, Canelo, I think that size plays an advantage. I think, his caliber of opponents plays an advantage, and I just think he's gonna pull it off.
Calling the loser isn't about bravery, the real test is choosing skill over size. To TBT, there's something in Crawford that numbers can't fully explain. He sees fight IQ, timing, and movement as far more valuable than raw strength. This isn't just a bet, it's respect for a warrior who has built his career on overcoming obstacles. If Crawford wins, it won't shock everyone. plenty already believe he can pull it off, though not all agree. On the other side, Floyd Mayweather has openly said he's backing Canelo.
Canelo.
What are you thinking?
I think he has enough skills to walk him down and cut the ring off, especially if the ring might be smaller. I think he has more of it's on the weight alone.
Yeah.
I think that's where it is. And he can fight, and he don't get...
He believes size and experience aren't just small factors, they matter. For him, watching Canelo beat some of the best carries real weight. His choice isn't driven by hate but by faith in a champion's proven track record. In a fight this close, having size, strength, and a deep resume can tip the scales. This isn't about favorites, it's about who can handle the moment. And time and again, Canelo has thrived under pressure. When asked, Juan Heraldz didn't hesitate. Confident in his pick, he pointed to Canelo's polished style as the reason he sees him winning.
If they start doing a boxing match, I think Crawford has enough to outbox him too, because he's quicker off the block and he can lose his legs.
He's walking it back, Jeff. He's walking it back.
I'm gonna go with Canelo though.
He believes Canelo's pressure style could make it tough for Crawford to move freely. Canelo excels at cutting off the ring and breaking opponents down, and with the natural size advantage, the challenge becomes even greater. Heraldz doesn't dismiss Crawford's skills, he simply puts his faith in Canelo's power and composure. The strategy isn't just to land shots but to wear Crawford down round by round. And if the fight goes the distance, Canelo's strength and craft could prove decisive. While Heraldz acknowledged Crawford's talent, he ultimately stayed firm in backing Canelo.
It's going to be a good fight, two of boxing's pound-for-pound champions. I think it's going to be a great fight, but there's weight classes for a reason. I think Canelo might edge it. Crawford though, I think he has the upper hand on the skill level, but I think Canelo also has skill and he also has the weight advantage.
Heraldz knows Crawford is fast and smart, remarkably sharp for his age, and capable of winning a straight-up fight. But he sees this matchup as more than movement alone. He believes Canelo's pressure and presence will shape the fight as it wears on. It's not a knock on Crawford's skill, but rather faith in Canelo's ability to impose himself. At this level, when styles collide, a single adjustment can swing everything. IBF world champion Angelo Leo echoed that sentiment, calling the fight close and full of layers. He respects both fighters, but believes subtle shifts could decide the outcome.
I love Canelo. One thing about Canelo, he used to box better when he fought Floyd. He was a boxer. Now he's more of a puncher. He'll wear you down. Catching him with Crawford is a problem for him, I think. Crawford fast and sharp, southpaw, he moves a lot. He might have punching power, but sometimes you need to square from this guy, go around. I'm going with Crawford with the speed.
Leo views both fighters as elite pound-for-pound professionals, and he leans toward Crawford. To him, Crawford is sharper, quicker, and more technical. But this fight isn't just a showcase of skill, size, strength, and ring IQ are all in play. It's hard to overlook what Canelo endured against bigger opponents. Leo's pick is thoughtful, not careless. He understands that in big fights, small advantages can swing the outcome. If Crawford wins, it will be proof that skill can outweigh size. Yet Canelo's past victories also remind everyone that weight still matters. Veteran trainer Don House echoed this balance. While respecting Canelo's resume, he believes Crawford's style could create serious problems.
Great fight, bro. It's going to be a great fight. I'm leaning toward Terence Crawford. Now, that layoff, it's going to be a long training camp for Crawford. He hasn't had a rep in a long time. You understand? Canelo stay busy. He fight every 3-4 months. So, he got training camp on top of training.
Don has watched Canelo both as a boxer and a puncher, and he understands the difference. He believes a slick, quick opponent like Crawford could set traps for a more aggressive Canelo. With Crawford's speed, agility, and footwork, Canelo might find himself chasing shadows. This isn't simply about trading punches, it's about creating constant danger. For Don, the real clash isn't strength versus power, but movement versus pressure. He even sees an upset as likely if Crawford can build and hold an early lead. Former world champion Antonio Tarver also weighed in. He leans toward Crawford but stresses the fine details. For him, timing matters more than pure skill. He expects the fight to be special, and while he favors Crawford, he raises a key concern: activity. Crawford hasn't fought in a while Canelo stays sharp with frequent bouts, training camp after training camp. Tarver admires Crawford's skill and sees him as a real threat, but he questions whether inactivity might dull his edge against a busy champion. Tarver warns that rhythm and consistency can be crucial early on. A long camp tests both body and mind, and Crawford can't afford a slow start. At the same time, Tarver flips the spotlight onto Canelo, suggesting that for the first time in years, Canelo seems truly hungry for Crawford.
But when you look at Canelo's last few fights, he's going to have to step up a little bit and get back to the old if he's going to dethrone a hungry challenger like Crawford, bro. Crawford got the energy, he got the confidence, and I don't think the size is going to be the difference. I think it's going to come down to who wants it more. And I don't think Canelo been in there with a hungry dog like Canelo in a long, long time, bro. So it's going to be night and day compared to the fighters he's...
Tarver believes the edge lies in desire, not size. To him, Crawford isn't just prepared, he's driven, hungry to prove something. Canelo, by contrast, hasn't shown the same fire in recent outings. Tarver sees this fight as less about power or past rivalries and more about who truly wants it more. He gives Crawford the edge because of his hunger, determination, and will. But he also warns that if Canelo can tap into that same passion, his legacy drive could push him past Crawford. Tarver's choice came after weighing both sides carefully, and he admitted the fight is unpredictable. Anything can happen at any moment. Crawford's skill and fight IQ give him an advantage, but Canelo's strength remains a constant threat. If Crawford can't handle that power, the fight could swing instantly. That's the nature of boxing, uncertain and dangerous. In the end, Tarver makes his stance clear. He trusts Crawford's ability to dictate pace, but he knows nothing is guaranteed. This matchup is skill versus power, hunger versus legacy, with no promises on either side. Tarver also reflected on heritage, stressing that greatness isn't defined by one fight alone, but by the arc of a career. For Crawford, a win here would be another step toward history's recognition.
Toward Crawford by decision, but if he can't survive Canelo power, it could be devastating. But that's boxing, bro.
Yeah.
That's boxing. We don't know what's gonna happen.
There's more to this story than just facing Canelo. Tarver points out that greatness can't be defined until the full story is written. Crawford is building something new, but the ending matters most. That's why this fight carries so much weight. It could forever change how his impact is viewed. If Crawford beats Canelo and keeps winning, he won't just be one of the best of this era, he could stake his claim as one of the greatest of all time. But only the rest of his journey will confirm it. Now we stand at the edge of what could be one of boxing's most important fights. Terence Crawford versus the powerful Canelo Alvarez. It's more than a clash of styles, it's hunger versus history, power versus speed, and legacy versus legacy. Conversations with fighters, trainers, and champions all point to one truth: nobody knows how it will end. That uncertainty is what makes it so electrifying. Canelo's clean, sharp shots could close the show. Crawford's precision and ring IQ could shock the world. The real question is, when the bell rings, who will rise and who will falter? Can Crawford's speed and intelligence withstand the fire at 168? Or will Canelo's pressure and power prove why he's still the face of boxing? Which side are you on, Team Canelo or Team Crawford? Drop your thoughts in the comments. And don't forget to subscribe for more deep breakdowns, bold takes, and behind-the-scenes insights like this one. This isn't just a fight to watch, it's one you can already feel coming. Ring that bell, because the countdown has begun.